Oh my! I've been muted the whole time. Oh my god! Large up dark side for that, man. Done no. But yeah. So basically, what I was going. Let me get the picture back up now. I know I'm muted now. I'm muted now. What an idiot, man! I've spent so much time trying to organize this and all that for it to be muted. I'm thinking, what? There's viewers coming and they're leaving. Why they not even listening to what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, basically what I started off was talking about was just how far we've come, man, and how happy I am for certain players like Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice's and David Raya's and stuff like that. And I was talking about how Declan Rice came over, bought into the project, and it's man like Mikel Arteta, who we'll get into very shortly, yeah. Um, he convinced Declan Rice to come over, and it just goes to show that he could have gone to Manchester City and won probably 3, 4 league titles. But for him to sense that we're building something. Yes, Rory. Sorry, man. Oh man. You should have commented earlier, man. You should have commented earlier, man. But yeah, for him to buy into what we've been what the project was and all that, and obviously he said that Mikel Arteta convinced him and he got him over to West Ham. I'm happy for players like him. Obviously, the point don't sound as good now because I was on mute, but I'm just rushing through it now, man. But yeah, I just want to blow over this man here. Pause. Yeah, but I want to talk about Mikel Arteta. Yeah, and of course, man, a lot of a polarizing figure at the club, man. People still ain't fully convinced. I was on Rory's channel yesterday on All Out Arsenal on a panel. We were discussing whether he will be lauded as a better manager than Arsene Wenger. I think the consensus was no. I think the achievement to win the Champions League as a team will be better than anything Arsene Wenger's done, obviously. But then when we spoke about, the culture and, the things that Arsene Wenger built behind the scenes, especially after his winning stages as well, to continue and challenging for top four with what little we had, having to sell our best players to the likes of Man United, Man City, and help them build themselves, and Chelsea as well, to build on to win things as well. So of course, winning the Champions League is bigger than what Arsene Wenger's achieved, but what Arsene Wenger was able to build and sustain over time was unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And the last picture, man. Look at the boys, them, man. Do you know what I'm saying? A few man in there, I'm not too happy with having medals and that, but when I look back at it, do you know what I'm saying? Big them up, man. You know what I mean? It's not all about what happens on the pitch; it's about what happens behind the scenes. Everyone being together as a squad. Do you know what I'm saying? And now I look back at it, which I'm going to go into. When I look back at it, it's like, I mean, some of them players have actually come in clutch, man. And yeah, man, let's get into it, man. All right, man. But yeah, man, just feeling good, man. Just preparing for that Sunday, and I wonder how everyone's feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna win it, man. I don't see not that I don't see, I just have this feeling that the players have got this like hoodoo off their back. Like when you're running and you got wind resistance, and that was almost like the title, the pressure of like trying to win the title again on these players, fronts, on their backs, whatever you want to call it, bro. Do you know what I mean? But now we're in a position where we have this feel good factor around the club. There's no pressure to even win anything. And the Champions League, in my opinion, is always a bonus to any season, especially if you win the league, or a bare minimum, should we say. You've seen teams like, Liverpool, when they drop off, they've gone on to win it. Chelsea previously, I think they finished 8th actually or something shit like that. I don't even know, man, but it is a bonus. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, Darkside? How did Kepa get a medal, bro? Like, Kepa, I'm not happy about that. I'm hardly really happy about Madueke, but you know what? For Saka to be injured for the amount of time and the levels not dropping off that much, you got to big him up, man. But he's an imposter to me. He's an imposter. You know what I'm saying? Norgard's got a medal as well. I think they give out honorary medals and that just for being around the squad and whatnot, and just to justify that, man. But yeah, man, back to PSG, man. I reckon 2-1, man. Done no. You're done no. But yeah, man, let me just what should we start with, man? Yeah, I just want to look at the squad, yeah, because Oh, what's going on now, man? Oh yeah, I gotta remove the picture and that. New to all this, do you know what I'm saying? Just want to look at the squad, yeah. And this is where he was in 24, 25. I want to look at the squad then. I look at the squad now. Because obviously, like, we needed to add a few bits and pieces. And of course, like David Raya, 40 million. Yeah. Massive signing. Player of the season. Or if not, next to Declan Rice, argue with yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Uh he's covered his way to the medal. He ain't done that to contribute to. Yeah, come on, man. I'm hearing people talking about Norgard in the changing room and that. Come on, man. And obviously Kepa, Pep, Arteta likes to put his arms around certain players, man. And obviously Kepa's come. That's twice as well, bro. I swear, like, there's some stat that Kepa's been in like championed like league winning teams and not done nothing. Like Chelsea for the Champions League. I'm guessing Real Madrid when he was there, he didn't do nothing. And obviously Arsenal, man. So there's obviously some sort of, there's something there where he's just scumming his way to medals. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me just go through the squad, man. So we got David Raya. Obviously, we know at the time when we bought him, there was that whole debacle with him and Aaron Ramsdale, and even myself. I didn't love that Aaron Ramsdale, but I felt a bit bad for him. Do you know what I mean? For him to be, 2 seasons before that, be our number one man. And to be fair, that's when we started to see the transformation in how we were playing, building up from the back. Aaron Ramsdale was very comfortable at his feet, a bit crazy at times. Sometimes I think like he just his brain used to just go elsewhere, and do you know what I mean? It would just cause a madness. Do you know what I mean? A madness. And he might just, whatever, pass it the wrong way. He just passed it mad. Or when it was time to come for crosses, he's gone to punch it. He's fumbled it. It's you know what I mean? He's led to a lot of errors, you know what I'm saying? So he had a few attributes where I look at him and I'll say, yeah, to start off, this new era of Arsenal's build up from the back. And to be fair, he had some world class saves as well. I think, who did we play? Was it Leicester? That massive free kick save. I think it was who was it again? Madison, someone like that. Anyway, so long ago. But David Raya coming in, taking that spot off Rams, and obviously we moved him on to Newcastle. Neto, he was horrible. I don't know if you remembered what game it was, yeah, but he's come in, and I think that was the last time we saw him. So we bought a second key. It was a second. We bought a number 2 in Neto, and it was a waste of money, man. And that's another crap Brazilian signing that Edu signed. You know what I mean? But he had that one poor game and cost us, I think. And obviously we didn't see him again. William Saliba, Gabriel. I'm just looking at the missing pieces here. Jakub Kivior, who actually came in very clutch at one point when he was injured. I think it was Saliba was injured, and even down to what that semi-final. I can't really remember that season because I'm in heaven right now. Yeah. And speaking of Aid in heaven, we had Evan. He went to Manchester United, but yeah, Jakub Kivior we had to replace. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that is. Maldini, I don't know who that is. Miles Lewis-Skelly, breakout season from last year, man. As a left back, Calafiori, Zinchenko had to just get on the bus to Nottingham Forest, and even that flopped. He's gone to Ajax, yeah. Kieran Tierney as well, who hardly got any game time, but I think coming towards the end of the season, we gave him that honourable send off. Jurriën Timber, who actually signed the previous year, but we didn't actually get to see because he done his ACL at the beginning of the season against, I think it was Forest. Ben White also, do you know what I'm saying? Tomiyasu, another injury-prone player. So even though we had this squad, yeah, obviously Partey as well. Some people want to mention his name or not. Rare. Jorginho, he moved on. Partey moved on as well. But there was a lot of pieces that we had to fill. But even though we had these, how do I say it? Even though we had these players, yeah, there was obviously that piece that needed to be filled. It wasn't the finished article because we still couldn't get over the line. Like, do you know what I mean? Marino saved us when he went centre forward for however many months because Havertz was injured. Wanyeri as well. He came in clutch in some games when Saka was injured as well. Martinelli, I can't remember the kind of season he had, but I think he started to drop off last season, to be honest. But Trossard, a brilliant signing the year before. Nelson was out. Saka injured. Raheem Sterling, fucking clown. Do you know what I mean? Last year's transfer window was an absolute mess. And that's why, in my opinion, when Edu left and went through the doors and he went to Nottingham Forest, and I think he's been fired from there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? No one missed him. It wasn't like no tears were there were no tears. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus, as we know, injured. Havertz injured. Rare tear tear. Just want to look at now the raw advert. Oh no, oh no. Right. Obviously, this season, going into this season, made some some big transfers. And at the time, I wasn't really sure if we needed another left back, a left-sided centre back, whatever. But we went and got him, Piero and Incapie, to back up Calafiori. Calafiori always on the hospital bed, always on the stretcher, man. Do you know what I mean? And a massive signing for us because it allowed Calafiori to sort of come in on a bit of reduced minutes. You see Calafiori play once, twice, go away, but then he will break down in a warm up. But we wasn't let down, and obviously we had Miles Lewis Skelly on that side, and was a bit confused as to why he wasn't getting any game time. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously the story wrote itself coming towards the end of the season. Got Fabio Vieira out of there to Porto, and it looks like was he at Porto? No, he went to Hamburg, no? And he at Hamburg now on loan. I'm confused, but I'm sure he went to Hamburg, innit? He was at Porto last season or whatever, innit? Or was he gone to Porto and then I don't know, but I'm sure he's at Hamburg, innit? And we're looking at negotiating a deal and all that. Yeah. Martin Zubimendi come through the door, 70 million. We all know that was a pre-contract situation. Snubbed Liverpool, spoke to his Basque brother in Arteta, and bought into the project. He's got his boy like Mikel Merino here, Martin Odegaard, who he knows well, and you got to say, even though we tailed off to the end of that season, you got to say that it's been a success. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What else am I saying? Eberici Eze. Yeah. This man was waiting in the wings, yeah, for Arteta to give him a call. Waiting in the wings for to not sign for Tottenham, to come and sign for his boyhood club. Do you know what I'm saying? And to be fair, he hasn't lit up this season. He's really come in. But however, he scored some goals at the right times. Come into games when we've needed them the most. Do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of players who haven't scored many goals this season, but a lot of the goals that have been scored have been very important goals. I look at Eze's goal against Newcastle the other day. Do you know what I mean? That could have ended, that could have been poor, but important goals like that, which has got us over the line. Victor Gyökeres, a man who came with a lot of, what should I say, man? He come with a lot of expectations coming through the door, being Europe's top scorer for the past 2 seasons, won 2 league titles with Sporting Lisbon. And people were saying, oh, this Luis Suarez guy, do you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Because it's jokes. It must be just to like shit on Chelsea or something. I don't even understand, bro. I don't know how he's got a medal, man. But he seems like a guy that will throw his toys at the pram. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, big up though. But yeah, back to Victor Gyökeres, bro. Like, yeah, a man that's come in, and we was all laughed at in a way because they say he played with Tim's on, he's wearing jeans and that. It's only the Portugal league. Can he replicate it in the Premier League? But to be fair, we didn't need a player to come and score 20 odd goals like Haaland. We just needed a player to give us another dimension in attack, bro. Like, we know Havertz, he drops into midfield, lets the wingers run off him and all that, and then he can make the late runs into the box and good in the air. And also Mikel Merino did this similar thing. When it came to Victor Gyökeres, we needed someone who can sort of run off the back line of defenses, and get us to transition quicker. Because last season, one of our problems was struggling to break down low blocks and just going into that horseshoe sort of that horseshoe passing around the box sort of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So having Victor Gyökeres come in was a massive buy, and of course he had a slow start to the season. There's a lot of things behind that, with the move to England and leaving behind his family, his friends. He's come out and said stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And look where it's led him, man, to a third back-to-back title for himself. And everyone was saying it's the Portuguese league. They will replace him with this Luis Suarez guy. Come on, man. He's gone on now. Who's won the league in Portugal this year? It ain't Sporting Lisbon, bro. It's Porto. So you got to give the man his flowers. Do you know what I'm saying? mad aura around Victor Gyökeres, man, and you got to respect him, man. What? How many goals is that? What? 12, 14? I think 14 in the league, first season at Arsenal, um, 21 in all competitions, and or maybe 22. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I got some gas. And you got to just say, man, that's a good return for the value. Do you know what I'm saying? Noni Madueke. Oh, this player now, I'm not gonna lie, very frustrating to me. And I don't really rate him highly. But I just look at his age as well. I think he's 24 now. I look at his age and I think to myself, mate, he's someone that could definitely um we can work with him. Do you know what I mean? He does everything right. Do you know what I mean? He dribbles, he beats his defender, but it's just that last decision after beating your defender. Sometimes he needs to know when to slow it down, when to pass it, and not or when to cross, when to shoot. Sometimes he ends up running off the pitch, and it becomes very frustrating. And while he might look better on the eye than Saka, you got to admit Saka was missed over a few months because Saka just he makes the right decisions. Do you know what I mean? And the decisions he makes, um, you know, it got us over the line, especially in that Fulham game, man. When Saka came and you could see his sharpness coming back, and um, he nearly made that mistake at the back there when he passed it back to Gabriel. But do you know what I'm saying? And another day, we could be crying and saying we bottled it because of that. But just those decisions that Noni Madueke makes, I'm not too fond of. But I feel like at his age, he can definitely develop into a player who can make the right decisions. And yeah, right, Christian Mosquera, who to me was a big surprise, man, big surprise. I wasn't expecting him to come through the door, but young defender, can play right back, right centre back. And when Saliba was down injured at the beginning of the season, he came in, did a good job there. And of course, when Ben White towards the end of the season with Jirian Timber also being injured, he's come in and really had to settle down there. Of course, he's not a natural right back, so going forward, we lost that outlet from Christian Mosquera. But for 15 million euros, by the way, or whatever, 21 million pounds or whatever it is, yeah, it's a steal. Do you know what I'm saying? Christian Norgard. Now, of course, we know in the Premier League, he ain't really been here. He ain't really been, let's say, he ain't really had much minutes. And you can see he's a bit frustrated. But he's another one. Why did he get a medal? But when you hear things coming out and sound bites from Declan Rice, you can see he's a very influential player in the back in the dressing room. You know what I'm saying? Captain for Brentford, number of years in experience in the Premier League, 31 years old. And to be fair, I believe he could have been given a few more chances, man. But it seemed like he came into the team with that Jorginho sort of role. And sorry, there's a train going past. I've got the windows open, so if you hear that. But he came into the team with that sort of Jorginho role, like that sort of dressing room experience. You can, speak to the players. And when there was nerves and stuff like that, just calm us down a bit. And he's probably going to be doing his badges soon anyway, So that's what happens, man. Kepa, how many? I don't think he played one game in the Premier League, maybe one. I don't know what he's contributed, man. We remember that Carabao Cup final, which obviously he got us to the final. So Arteta had to honour him and play him against Manchester City, and we were hungry, we were starving for some silverware at the time, man, and we really wanted to get one up against City at that time. And yeah, Kepa just cost us, man. Bozo moment, man, and it was like that Chelsea agent gene just starting to creep back into the club and have us feeling away, man. Have I gone through everybody? But yeah, those were the incomings. And to be fair, um, when I was previously talking about the missing pieces, when you look back at the transfer window, even though on paper some of those signings look very underwhelming, every player, barring like two in Kepa and Norgard, yeah, on the pitch had played a big part in getting us over the line, man. So you got to big them up, man. Trust me, serious, man. Um, and yeah, man, I gotta put up the picture again, and oh, wrong thing. Hold on. It all comes down to this man, right? Yasser. Yeah, why it playing? Why it showing? You get me? Mikel Arteta, man. Do you know what I mean? Him and Andrea Berta working together, replacing that clown Edu. Just knowing what was needed to get us over the line, man. And I'm really interested to see what we do in the Champions League, in the transfer window a bit later on. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to Mikel Arteta, man. I'm really glad for him in a sense where I haven't always, to be fair, the manager to me since Arsene Wenger, I haven't really had a personal connection with any manager. You come in, you come in, you're supposed to do a job. Swear down. Okay. I'm gonna definitely have a look at that. Let me get that up as well, man. But yeah, with that, let me get that up, Rory, man. Hold on. But with Arteta, man, you know, he's been under a lot of pressure. And sorry, I'm just typing this in now. Where is it? I can't find it, man. I found it now. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, that's there anyway. But yeah, just back to. I need to know that Chelsea fans are down so bad that they made a Clear Lake simulator. Here you are, the Chelsea sporting director, and get to take control of the transfer sponsor formation. I don't quite understand that. I need you to know that Chelsea fans are so down bad that they made a Clear Lake simulator. Here you are. The Chelsea sporting director, and get to take control. Oh, I get it. So what? They've made like a simulator, like a game where they get to take control and control the club and how it should be run. Mate, if that's what they're doing, what can I say, man? Do you know what I mean? We've gone for our banter era, man, and it's good to see the fans going into meltdown and just looking at different ways, man. You know, I remember days of AFTV and stuff like that. Yeah, thanks, Bruno. Thanks for the comment, man. Yeah, man. Looking at I remember days of like AFTV and stuff like that, where do you know what I'm saying? Like we will be going into meltdown on cameras, and you know, it was all over the newspapers and everyone was laughing at us. But one of those days, man, it feels good to look at other people's meltdowns. I mean, look at Bruno Fernandes, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though your name's Bruno, but look at Bruno Fernandes, that the way they're celebrating this guy's assist record and you know, calling him the best player in the league or best player of the season, whatever. The way they're celebrating it as if like, you know, taking pictures, going on little press runs and stuff like as if it's a trophy. It's funny, man. It's very funny because if that was us or on the other end, like, bro, we'll be made. You wouldn't hear the end of it, man. But yeah, big up Rory, man, because he's just actually let me know of this 1-1-5 situation, which we've been all waiting for, man. By the way, yeah, let's get it on the screen. Yeah. So according to Hand of Arsenal, and he normally gets like, I'm telling you, that 96% things right, man. I don't know who this guy is, but his ears to the ground. He knows what's going on in the football stratosphere. But it is his understanding that there is a seriously confident expectation now for the decision on the Man City 115 case to be delivered in the coming weeks, sometime in the summer latest. All Premier League clubs await official communication. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That's not really, like, to me, that's not really so reliable. But this guy, like, there's no source. But this guy, I don't know. There's rumors of it being Mertesacker. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be sure to check that after for some banter, man. But thanks, Bruno, man. But with this situation, I don't know, innit? I've heard so many rumors from actual source of Daily Telegraph. What's it, Ben Jacobs or Glenn? I can't remember his name. All these sort of pundits and journalists that come out with this 115 news, man. But until it's actually official, like, you know, I see it breaking news. Yeah, man, it will be a day of joy, man. And I hope that they get what they fucking deserve, man. Because, come on, man, the amount of years that not just us, but teams like Liverpool, where United put up in that as well. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it, man. We've had to enjoy less, trust me. Like we used to enjoy like things like contract signings and stuff like that. Like I remember like players like Aubameyang signing a contract was like, oh, title wins. You know what I mean? We used to run up and down and mad. It's crazy. And like players like Saka were just gagging for players to sign contracts. That was like our heights as fans, just to know that we're keeping our best players and stuff like that, man. But enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I'm sure you'll be at our parade anyway, man, on Saturday if you're a London Man United fan anyway, man. But yeah, man. But yeah, teams like Liverpool and stuff like that had to miss out because of Man City's alleged 115 case or whatever. I think they've cheated anyway. All the proofs there. And you got teams like Everton getting sanctioned for less. You know what I mean? Chelsea, of course, we know they're another oil club as well, and they've self-reported on themselves. But they've obviously been suspended. But teams like Nottingham Forest, Leicester, Crystal Palace had to miss out on Europa League this season because of judgments and verdicts being handed out quickly. And to all the people and fans thinking that because it's Man City and there's some some machine with all these lawyers that they're going to get away with it. I find it funny, man. I find it so funny, man. And don't you find it fishy that Pep Guardiola is leaving, like just before all these, just before all this is coming to light? Do you know what I'm saying? Don't you just find it fishy, man, that Pep Guardiola has decided to just call it a day and hasn't really given a real explanation as to why he's leaving? But what I do remember was there was a press conference when the charges came out, and he backed his sporting, he backed the City group, whatever, Sheikh Mansour, Khaldoon. He backed all of them and said, listen, the moment that they come out as cheaters or that that they're found guilty, he will no longer be the manager. He'll be leaving because it obviously tarnishes his legacy. And if this does come to it comes to heads and pause for heads though, but it comes to heads and they are found guilty. One, what happens to Manchester City? Two, does that tarnish Pep Guardiola's legacy? I just want to know, man. I just want to know, man. But yeah, man, back to Mikel Arteta. A lot just happened this there. Do you know what I'm saying? Back to Mikel Arteta. And I just want to talk about a bit more about the man himself, because listen to me, man. Like, he's a man that's been a polarizing figure in the fan base. Even now, like, he's a topic of discussion, even after winning and putting top gooners, bottom gooners into like arguments. I'm looking at a man like Igal, a big positive Arsenal fan. Sometimes I think his opinion, or majority of the time, obviously it's come out, we've won now, do you know what I mean? But a lot of the time, the positivity was almost like blind faith. You got fans like Ty as well, who will just believe in anything just to be, well, not really Ty just the Arsenal mad man, but Igal especially, do you know what I mean? Mikel Arteta mad, even when he hadn't proven anything, hadn't done anything, he was so crazy, man, like over this guy. And of course, it's come over the line now, and he can gloat and talk about it. But what I really disliked about Arteta before this was his arrogance. He didn't seem to connect with the fans, especially when he's under pressure, in terms of like injuries, and didn't want to really address us and us being unhappy with the way things were going in terms of the style of play and stuff like that. But what I've liked since we've won the league, I've got to see a bit more of an emotional side of him. Mikel Arteta admitting that when Arsenal finished second 3 years in a row, there were times that he had serious doubts. And of course, you can't really come out as a manager and come out to the public and say things like that. But that's what we were thinking. We had serious doubts. Do you know what I mean? And for him to be humble enough to even be considering to walk away from the job, because I thought he was going to be arrogant and think, yeah, he's going to sign a new contract, stay here for years on end, and be another like tyrant, bro, like Arsene Wenger, big up Arsene Wenger. But in the end, it was tyranny. Do you know what I mean? He had no right, no reason to stay there as long as he did. He should have left after the first, maybe the third FA Cup in the 2010s. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for him to have come out and you see a bit more of an emotional side to him, it's very nice to see, man. Like, he's he had times when he thought he's taken the club so far, think that someone else had to come and finish the job. And to be fair, that's what I was thinking, man. That's what I was thinking. In terms of coming in, someone, we needed someone to finish the job. I always thought that Arteta may have just built Arsenal up, the foundation, and built us up to a level of competing. But is he the right man to get us over the line? And it's good to know that, like Josh Kroenke really backed him. He said, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it with you. And listen, Josh Kroenke, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that guy, but he's American, innit? I don't think he It's okay being across the waters in your nice ranch, the Cronky's ranch. You know what I mean? Is watching and saying we're gonna do it. We're gonna, be excited and all this stuff. But yeah. But anyway, I want to get on to Josh Kroenke anyway, man, because big him up, man. Look at this now, yeah. Like you see Josh Kroenke. In 2024, Arsenal owner Josh Kroenke texted Mikel Arteta joking that it was only Arsenal left of the sports teams they owned to win a title. And yeah, we knew that. We knew what you were doing when you whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? But my worry is, yeah, and I heard this before from another American journalist years ago, was that they win the title of LA Rams, so they've won that. Then they've done the Colorado Avalanche, they've won that. Denver Nuggets the next year, they've won that. Lagaias in 20, what is that? Is that esports summit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Colorado Mammoth. Like they've won all these titles with all their clubs, but they've not repeated. Yeah, and my only worry is that they've come now, lifted this Premier League title, and it was nice to see Stan, man. Yeah, he's looking well on that, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's nice to see that you've won the Premier League trophy. Yes, 2026, taking you a long while since becoming full owners of this club to do so. But are you going to go again? Is this just for you to put on your portfolio, just to say that KSE are the most are one of the biggest sports entertainment companies? We've won this with all the teams. We won the major honors with every team we've owned. And then it just puts them onto bigger business ventures. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, tennis or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this what this is about? Is it a business move? And to be fair, all those sports I mentioned in America, they run differently, man. They run differently. It's all franchises. Players get drafted to the next up and coming team, and then all the best players go to one team, and then they can win a trophy. And it's just different. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hope it doesn't go the way, in a pessimistic way, I hope it doesn't go that way where they've won this and this is the last time we see glory for another amount of years. I hope that they really understand what it is in terms of, Premier League culture, English culture, football culture. Yeah, not soccer in America where, you got your East conferences, your West conferences, and there's a playoff. This is about sustaining a level, 38 games, bro, in the hardest league in the world, bro. You got to reinvest. You got to put some money back into the squad and keep us going, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because now there's a vacuum. There's a power vacuum. Do you know what I'm saying? Pep Guardiola's left, yeah? Bernardo Silva, legend, he's left. John Stones, he's left, yeah? Mohamed Salah's gone. Andy Robertson, yeah? Who's the longest reigning manager left, bro? And who's the longest, sort of experienced players at the top now, right? Yeah, you got Liverpool with all their players, however millions they spent. But Arne Slot, he's on the way out. He's looking a bit shaky in his tenure right now. He's got all these players that haven't really meshed well properly. You got Isak, Ekitike, both played a similar position. They haven't even really stamped down that position yet. One's injured, one's not injured. And do you know what I mean? He hasn't really meshed that team well together, yeah? Mohamed Salah's left. How are they going to replace him, right? They got the youngster on the right wing in, what's his name, man? I can't remember his name. That young guy, yeah? Rio, whatever his name is, yeah? But this is the time now for you, Mr. Kroenke, Stan Kroenke, yeah? The Denver Nuggets and Stan Kroenke, Colorado, LA Rams, yeah? Is to really just reinvest, man, and get us dominating, man. Because you know what? Of course, we know that all teams aren't clean to the fullest. Of course, all business have to go a bit dirty to be successful. But we've done it properly, man. Come on, man. We've done it properly, man. Self-sustaining model, reinvesting into the team with the amount we make. And of course, we needed Champions League football to get into that. But there were years where the Kroenkes were just happy with Champions League football. I know they didn't fully own it and didn't fully have a say, but they were happy with Champions League football because they were earning, do you know what I'm saying? And taken out of the club and, and whoever the other board members, Usmanov and all them not, do you know what I'm saying? But now's the time that you own this club. It's yours now, fully 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? We got to win. We got to win, man. Yeah, let me just look at some comments, man. From Bruno, yeah, it smells fishy, but he is well within his rights to walk away. At the end of the day, his job is not ensuring financial compliance. Yeah, no, it's true. His job is winning trophies, but if he's won those trophies through, ill means or being dirty, one, you can't blame Pep Guardiola for that because he's only spending the money he's been given. But Manchester City as an institution for letting down. They wouldn't have just let down Pep Guardiola. They would have let down their fans. They would have let down, well, not really the league, because we'll be happy if they go down. But yeah, they will let down themselves, man. And Pep Guardiola, who's obviously, you've paid a lot of money to come to the club, but Pep Guardiola, man, he's an enigma in himself. Do you know what I mean? To let him down and let down that whole legacy, and you know what I'm saying? It's a letdown, man. Do you know what I'm saying? But of course, man, it is fishy. I think maybe he has walked away because he's stressed, and it is what he says it is. But it is a bit fishy why he's walked away, man. It's a 50-50 thing for Arsenal to win again in the next 5 years. But right now, they have got the proverbial monkey off the. Now that they have the proverbial monkey off their backs, now it comes down to what kind of football they'll play. Now that's a brilliant point, Bruno, man. Like, because I really hope that you see that we've played this sort of negative haramble that everyone likes to call it. Yeah, I really hope now that going forward we're looking at really being expansive again. Every Arsenal fan as of recent will look back at that 22-23 season as one of like a new era of Arsenal. Like, you know, we got our Arsenal back playing really expansive football. I remember Granit Xhaka was really pivotal on that left side, helping Martinelli, you know, bomb on forward and beat his man, and you know, run at his defender rather than, you know, run and then sort of pass it back and recycle the play. I really want to see that the safety come off. Do you know what I mean? Especially now that we've got that hoodoo off our back, and I don't really see any team that can really. I don't want to be arrogant, but I don't see a team that can really, let's say, put up a challenge. Maybe Man City will go again, depending on what happens with them. But I don't see a team that's gonna really push us again. I think it's time for us to be expansive, because, yeah, I don't think playing negatively like that is gonna work, man. It's gonna work. But yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I want to see a bit more of a balance. 23-24 was a good year for that. We had a lot of balance, but you know, you reverted to that negative style. And it's got to serve the line, but it does depend what football we play, man. Because we can't dominate with this sort of pragmatic approach, man. And it depends on the players we buy as well, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, man. Just want to talk about this, man. Mr. Gabriel Martinelli, yeah. Right. I've fallen out of favor of Martinelli. He's fallen out of favor of a lot of the fans, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I've got a lot of question marks about him, especially in the league. I want to know if is it because we've decided to go to a negative approach. He plays like a left back at times, defends very well, but that's not the player that he is, that we know him to be. We know him to be that transitional player, bolstering speed, pace, whatever, and scoring goals. But this season, he's only scored one goal. Martinelli's only scored one goal this season. To be fair, it could have been the most important goal this season, man. The one that, you know, saved us that point against Manchester City. Do you know what I'm saying? At the Emirates, man. Because who knows where we would have been if, you know, along the line, if Manchester City had those 3 points over us, man. So it was a massive goal. But compared to, you know, 2026, 22, 23 Martinelli, which we'll get into in a minute, yeah, man, it's crazy. But anyway, he put a message out on his Instagram, which has sent the fan base into a bit of a frenzy, man. He goes to say, after almost 7 years at the club, it's hard to put into words what this moment means to me. I have arrived at this club when I was 18 years old, far from home, barely speaking the language, trying to adapt to a completely new culture, new life, chasing a dream that felt so big at the time. I didn't know exactly what the future would hold, but I knew I wanted to give everything for this club. We didn't just build a team, we built a family, an identity, and something the fans could believe in again. To see this club back where it belongs is one of the proudest moments of my career. Now, you can look at this in two ways, yeah? One way you could look at it is he's just really happy for the moment to finally won the league after being there for 7 years, and just reflecting on his journey. You know, look, he's got his family. Is that his sister, his girlfriend? I don't really know, but that's his mum and his dad for sure. Twins. Twins. He's got his family with him, enjoying the moment. And apparently, like, I think his mum and dad, or definitely his dad, would watch every single game ever since he's been here. You know, he's come to a new country, but apparently his parents are a big part of his development. at Arsenal and becoming the man he is today. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at that, playing cards on the way back with the title. Yeah, let's just don't go over a speed bump, eh? Don't go over no speed bumps. That title could definitely fall on one of you lot's heads, man. But big up the Gabbies and obviously Raya playing. Is that blackjack? I don't know. They're playing cards anyway, man. They're enjoying. Oh no, they're playing that Brazilian game that they play. They always talk about that. But yeah, look at that, man. Happy for the boy, innit? But yeah, the message is sent some fans into a frenzy, thinking that maybe, maybe, it's a good buy. I don't see it as that, to be fair. I don't think it's that necessarily, but it seems that, it's those heartfelt ones where why is he not talking about the future? He sort of just said it's been one of the proudest moments of my career. Is that him just begging the board not to sell him? Does he know something that we don't? Are we looking to move him on? And there's going to be value in him as well, because we've obviously won the Premier League and we can get a little money off him still. But where do we go with that? Do you know what I'm saying? Where do we go? But anyway, let's look at some stats for Martinelli, man. So what is this now? This is his. Let's go on his profile. Sorry. So yeah, 1 Premier League since being there, 1 FA Cup, 1 Community Shield. So he's won 2 of the main ones. You know what I'm saying, including the Community Shield at Arsenal. Signed from Ituano back in 2019 for £7 million, man. And you've got to admit, man, £7 million for Martinelli is a steal. Pure profit when we sell him as well, man. Look at his market value, bro. Yeah. Well, it's plummeted a bit, but to even make 45 million euros on him, come on, man. No brainer, man. And I'm still a bit like, do we sell him or not? Because I think he's a big servant, not a big servant, but he's a good servant to the club. And I just think with the way the Premier League's going, it's been a bit unfair to him, and he hasn't really developed and developed his game to sort of handle the Premier League. That's the only problem I've got with him, man. But he is a good player, man, especially in the Champions League when Martinelli gets space. And we saw against Crystal Palace as well. When you give Martinelli space, he could perform, but you don't get that space in the Premier League. But I really thought he would have been able to maybe improve his game a bit more and develop his game a bit more for the what am I going on about? For the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? But let's look at some stats, man. Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of goal stats, but I mainly want to focus on the Premier League, man. The Premier League. So let's go, man. League level. Yeah. Oh, it's got Champions League as well. I don't know how to use this, man. But anyway, man. So what? When did he start? 2019, he's come in, yeah, from Ituano, whatever. His debut season, got 14 starts, 13 goals, 1 assist, yeah? Or was that a yellow card? 13 goals and a yellow card. Right, he's got 3 goals, sorry. I said 13. 3 goals, yeah? Premier League, yeah? 22-23. This is his season. This is the best season. This is what we thought we finally got that R9 sort of regen. Do you know what I'm saying? 15 goals, 6 assists, 3 yellow cards. I don't know why I'm reading out the cards, but you know what I'm saying, yeah? 15 goals, man. We thought he would have really kicked on. The following season, 6 goals, 4 assists. And that was a pretty good season for Arsenal as well. That's the best season I've seen. Of course, we've got the attack side in 22-23, which is bolstering attack. Bam, bam, bam. Gung-ho. Obviously, tailored off to the end. 23-24 was the balance. Do you know what I mean? We started to implement more of those defensive capabilities that we're seeing now. Do you know what I'm saying? In that season, while still having that balance in midfield and having the defender, you can see he had some goals there, man. 24-25. And that was a weird season because 24-25, obviously we know what happened, but he managed to get 8 goals. 8 goals, 4 assists. Which obviously better than 23-24, but there's been a drop-off. It's been up and down, man. And this season, his goal tally's been sacrificed a lot, man, just to 1 goal. 1 goal, man. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know if I would sell him, man, as such, but we need to upgrade that area, man. And to be fair, I'm keeping Trossard over him, man. I'm keeping Trossard over him. So maybe he does know something that we don't know, and Martinelli could be on the way out, man. But yeah, man. Either way, great servant to the club, and yeah, man. Talk about some more transfer news. Julian Alvarez's camp has reiterated to Atletico Madrid that the striker has a desire to leave the club this summer. Team talk can reveal, and Arsenal are prepared to make their move for the player, along with PSG. Barcelona, though, still haven't given up. Can Barcelona afford him? That's the question. And I don't really know what to make of Julian Alvarez, man. I don't know what you lot think. I'm not really a fan of him as such, like that. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. But to me, he's just another midfielder who can play up front. And he does bad goals. He's a very powerful runner. He'll be a good Jesus replacement. That's if we're getting rid of Jesus. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. But yeah, big news today, though. Arsenal resumes Sandro Tonali talks as Josh Kroenke opens up on transfer plans. Newcastle midfielder Sandro Tonali was keen to join Arsenal in January, and discussions have reportedly accelerated between the two parties since the end of the Premier League season, according to Felix Keith, senior sports reporter at the Daily Mirror. Yeah, Sandro Tonali. Arsenal have reportedly wasted no time in reviving their interest in Newcastle midfielder Sandro Tonali after lifting the Premier League trophy. The Gunners won the title for the first time in 22 years, but are already planning how to strengthen their squad for 26-27. And you know what? I kind of believe this transfer rumor because what I've noticed, I've not seen many transfer rumors with that have keep repeating itself, but two that have may come to fruition like that. You know, you hear a little bit about Alvarez and Krupi. I think that's just to keep, their pages getting clicks and stuff. But this Sandro Tonali one wouldn't go away. It's not going away. I know that Manchester United are interested in him highly because he's a good DM, man. And I remember when he first came as well, after the betting allegations and all that, he ripped it up at Newcastle for a bit, especially as a DM. I think they got 2 results against us with him in the midfield, man. But yeah, I think just with Italy, did Italy qualify for the World Cup? I'm not too sure, but I want to say they didn't actually qualify for the World Cup. And I just feel like with Italy not being in the World Cup, yeah, it's just, am I advertising things? Am I going to get strike for that? Anyway, I just think with Italy not qualifying for the World Cup, yeah, it's just given, the transfer rumors for Sandro Tonali to sort of giving it a bit of boost, you know what I mean? And if Josh Kroenke is serious about pushing on to keep going with this title stuff, with this title, with this dynasty that he's building, man. Sandro Tonali is a perfect player, a perfect piece for the puzzle to add, because we ain't got another Declan Rice or someone who could even do at least half of the stuff that Declan Rice does for the team, man. Look at Tonali's stats, man. Tonali, man, joined Newcastle United in 2023 on a £58 million transfer fee from AC Milan. And that was when I think that was over the takeover, isn't it? That's when Newcastle just got their bread, new Saudi owners. Do you know what I'm saying? But we know what position he plays in. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a CDM, DM, CM, CDM. Obviously, he can play in a double pivot as well. But man, look at his stats, man. Expected assist 2.89. That's for the season. Successful passes 1,319. Are those progressive passes? Or are they side to side, back? Do you know what I'm saying? Accurate long balls, especially when you want to go in transition. We've got man like Victor Gyökeres, or you want to spray the ball wide or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Accurate long balls. You know what I'm saying? 32 chances created over the season, yeah? 6 big chances created over the season. Successful crosses, 20. I don't know how you can have 20 successful crosses, 84%, but then successful cross percentage is low. Don't know what that means. Not really a tactical man. Yeah, successful dribbles in possession, 61.3 successful dribbles, man. Very classy. Yeah, don't care about the touches. 42 fouls, 1. Yeah, we love a little set piece. Win those fouls, man. Get the ball in the box. You know what I mean? Defending, and this is where we're at now. If you're going to be a 6, defense 257 defensive contributions with 35 tackles, 31 interceptions, 147 ball recoveries, possession 1 in the final third. That's perfect because we like to press high, you know what I mean? And suffocate the teams, man. Suffocate them. Yeah. defend and discipline record this season, no red cards, 4 yellow cards. You know what I mean? But I'm an eye test, man. All them numbers don't mean nothing to me. I mean, and what I like Sandro Tonali. Do you know what I mean? Very powerful player, very technical as well, can beat presses very efficiently. And I would welcome him with open arms, man. Right, man. We're hitting the hour mark. Let's just see what we've got here, man. Do you know what? I might start streaming a bit more. You know, I don't even stream this often, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to Bruno again. In the Clear Lake simulator, I sold all the usual suspects like Garnacho, Sanchez, etc. 18 outgoings and bought in DeMarco, Senesi, Lunin, etc., etc. About 23 incomings, simulated a 3-5-2 and got fourth. Well, let's see what Xabi Alonso does, man, because we know that there's gonna be a fire sale at Chelsea, and I really hope we don't even look at Garnacho. Yeah, especially with what do you call it? Messages from Martinelli like that. Don't you dare think you're bringing Garnacho into this club, because Arteta likes to develop players and see the best in them and stuff like that. And it's worked. It's worked this season, but previously it hasn't worked, man. Yeah, it hasn't worked, man. Large up Fabio Vieira. Other players I could think of. I don't know. My mind's gone blank. I want to just say maybe I'm wrong with that point. maybe he can come in and do a job. Do you know what I mean? And Arteta is the oracle. Yeah. Another one from Bruno, man. All I'm saying is that they should have appointed me instead of LinkedIn Liam and given me 200 mil. I would have gotten them to finish fourth with 67 points above Villa and Liverpool. Damn right, Bruno, man. Damn right. Yeah, man. I think anyone could have done that job, man. Especially with LinkedIn Liam, man. But yeah, I need to see this. This. Let me type it. Clear Lake Simulator. Right, it's come up straight away on Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna have a look at it, man. Yeah, Clear Lake Simulator. Have I got anything, man? Have I got anything else? Yeah, I could just talk about the Champions League. I spoke a bit about that with Darkside earlier. Didn't really get to go into it because a lot of stuff started happening in terms of news and things like that. But big up Darkside, man. Gonna get some work done. Yeah, I've got 2 Cannon coming out with No Chaser NWA. Please make sure you subscribe to his channel to see. We'll be releasing. I want to try and do that live, see if we can do a live stream out of it, man. But if not, please subscribe to his channel and look out for that. And please watch previous episodes. You can see the journey that we've been on. Podcast currently growing. We've got the Champions League final this Saturday, and I'm looking so forward to it. Content might be a bit slow around that because it's my daughter's birthday. So yeah, big up her. But I will be watching the game, and if we win, I will be driving down to that Emirates Stadium to cause the pre-parade, the real pre-parade, because we know on the Sunday the actual parade's happening. And make sure people, if you're looking to go to that parade, get there early, man. Get there early. It's going to be carnage. I'm telling you, man. It's going to be carnage, man. And last message. All you United fans, big up Bruno, though. You've been cool today. Please subscribe to the channel. But all you United fans, Chelsea fans, whatever fans, man, all you London fans, yeah, I think you can come to the parade and enjoy our glory. It's not carnival, yeah? It's not carnival. Please come. Just keep yourself quiet. Enjoy yourself if you do. But don't think you're coming there. I'm seeing people talking about they're going to teeth wine off gal and that. It's not in a carnival, bro. This is for people that have been in the trenches, like myself, for 22 odd years, waiting to see some glory, man. This is for the new fans, yeah, that are coming to really see Arsenal lift something, lift the trophy, lift a major trophy as well. Yeah, I remember how big our FA Cup one was. I'm struggling to even picture what's going to go on that parade, man. But yeah, man, just try and keep it. Just read the room a bit, man. Just read the room when you come to that parade, man. Please, I beg, Uno. I beg, Arlo, Uno. But yeah, man, I think that's it from me today, man. I hope you enjoyed today. I'm just trying to get a bit more used to streaming, but hit the like button, man. I got a lot of videos coming out, a lot of ideas. I'm planning to do some watch-alongs as well over the summer for the World Cup, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, let's keep this channel growing, man. Please hit the like, subscribe, share it. And also, yeah, I keep talking about the piano show, the panel show I've got coming out as well. Just planning it as well. So, I mean, I've got a few ideas in the bag, man, but obviously things come with time. And when you got family and stuff like that, you got to juggle time, man. But anyway, more news will come out on that, man. But everyone have a good Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to go relax. I might go to the shop and grab a beer or something because it's absolutely boiling. I might have another shower, my second shower of the day. I don't know, man. But everyone keep yourself, stay safe, and not the last time, but nearly the last time for the season. Come on, you Gunners.